We are live. Intimate ZVX was Stoic. Episode 16, Game 4. He is Stoic Regret.
What's that?
He is yawning.
and you're a Stoic Nouveau. Sorry.
This is a ZvT versus areaWannaBe, and I have a special song for this.
You playing it right now?
Yeah. Gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever.
You singing while the song is playing? Oh,
Yeah.
ruining everything.
It's ruining esports.
We're ruining. I was just gonna say that. We're ruining esports.
areaWannaBe.
Are we a part of esports? That means we're a part of esports.
Of course we are.
Even if you're ruining
Spice Girls.
esports, you're still part of
I'm
esports.
fading out the Spice Girls and swiftly deleting the song from my computer.
It's probably a virus. That's why your computer's screwed up.
Yep, I deleted it.
A wannabe virus.
Yeah.
That's why you don't
If you
upload
wanna
stuff
be
from
my
YouTube.
lover.
Quality's so crap.
Alright,
Torrent.
I'm ready. I don't know about
Yep,
you.
ready. Okay, I just watched this game, guys, and I have no idea how I won, so it's a good replay to go over.
Coming back from behind. 3.
Kills is like 20
You have 41 seconds. ZvT on Shakara, where David loses like a lot of workers. This is a
Yeah.
long game too.
I'm
Strap
pretty sure I
your
lose like 17 workers at the 6-minute mark.
strap yourselves in, kiddies.
Layer tech at like 15 minutes. Okay, let's do it.
3, 2, 1, play. So
I'm tired. Are you tired? I'm tired.
no, I'm okay.
No, you're tired. Sean,
What?
you're tired.
No, I'm not.
hmm
I'm just making sure everything's hunky-dory here with the VODs. People don't say hunky-dory as much as they used to.
You mean like 1943?
Yeah.
Alright, usually I talk about scouting, but I'm just gonna... We've done so many VODs on this map against Terran that I've talked about the scouting time that I think that if I have to say it, it means you guys haven't been watching our VODs. In which case, damn it, watch our VODs.
Pay attention!
Pay attention to episode, like, what are we on now? 16 episodes? Ugh, so many videos.
Why are you bringing your overlord back?
What? I actually just face planted because I had to rub my eyes, so I don't know what happened. What happened?
Your overlord's coming back to your base. What the fuck?
It's probably because I was tired when playing this game.
What the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
That's never good.
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
Well, you're lucky he's not even there. Oh my god,
I noticed
you
it.
just noticed it.
Shit. This is horrible.
What you think about that? Now you know how I feel.
Oh my god, am I actually doing a 17 pool blind no scouting? Wow, I am like a really good player.
You were a jerk to this guy. This is from Team Area 51. You know what? Actually, this team is pretty good. They're getting good.
Yep.
I like the players. They're pretty nice guys. Met a couple of them at MLG.
I'm playing like an idiot this game. No one copy this build. Just do 15-15 and get your overlord at 17 and scout.
Yeah, 15-15, Overlord at 17.
Yeah, and
You know the build, utilize it.
You know the build because you've been watching our mods.
Now, what you think about that?
Can you believe we've done 16 episodes?
Yeah,
A lot of videos.
yeah. I think I'm
More
gonna have
than
some
16
shrimp.
videos. See what I did there? Took the
No.
number 16.
Okay. Streaming to you in 1080p from the computer that I built. Actually, it's the computer that Love built.
What are you talking about? Okay, so now that I've scouted him very late, I know that he's not there. This is
Yeah.
a horrible game.
You waited for Lings to scout. You don't know what the fuck he's doing.
He's gonna have hellions before I get there.
Yeah, you got a drone scout. Just saying, like, if you got 2 racks, you'd be dead right now.
Yeah. drone scout at 13 or 14.
People
guys.
don't 2-racks that much anymore, and you're not gonna see shit.
I don't know why I wouldn't scout and do a 17 pull. It's like the most retarded thing ever. Okay, anyways, this game he's doing a blue flame hellion drop, and as we're gonna see, I have no idea that it's coming, and I am not gonna be prepared. I basically just have like queens to defend against this, and it doesn't go so well. So
Now, what do you recommend doing if you do see it for those diligent scouters out there?
because you open no gas, it's very important to have overlords on the entire edges of your main base so that you know it's coming, first of all. And you need to spread creep from your main base to your natural. That is the main problem with this game. It's the reason why I wasn't able to just drag all my drones to one location and use my queens maybe to block off the ramp. Because it's going to take so long for my queens to actually get to my main base. Because I have all this, like, look at this. I have, like, tons of creep tumor in front of my base with 4 queens, but no creep attaching my 2 bases.
That's
an extremely big mistake. Yeah, a very bad mistake.
And you can't see, there's one dark corner of your base. I bet you he drops right there, right?
Yeah, that's probably why.
It's always where they would drop.
And it's like, oh my god, it's blue flame aliens in my base. What do I do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You lose lots of drones. That's what you do.
Okay. Well, at least what's the better play to go into if you lose a lot of drones? What do you do? Oh my god.
Wait, is it coming? Oh.
Oh, you lined them up the wrong way. That's bad.
So as you can see, my queens are not even there yet because there's no creep. Oh boy.
God. You should be embarrassed.
Why are we showing this game?
17 workers killed. So, what's your thought process now?
Fuck.
Do you feel like you've lost?
What?
Do you feel like this game is over?
I feel like this game is over.
So, but what can you do?
The best thing to do is never to rush anything. Just to pick one advantage that you want to go off of and stick with it. And it's so important because I've seen so many pro games of the really good Zergs, especially in GSL, where they're able to come back from deficits like this because they just kind of pick one thing and they say to themselves, okay, I'm going to get back in this game by doing this. And then they put all of their resources and all of their APM and all of their game plan into just doing that. So, you know, examples of that could be, I took so much economic damage, I have to do it back to my opponent. So you'll see them do, you know, amazing micro moves or really well timed or lucky sometimes counterattacks, etc. And somehow, if they make it work, they get that advantage. Then they somehow come back because their opponent suffers the same economic deficit.
That's a lot of sport crawlers for one Banshee.
Yeah. So obviously, I can't do that this game because I don't have any mobility. And also he has map control because he has Banshees out, and Banshees counter roaches. So what I want to do this game is focus on not dying one thing at a time. So as you can see, I really had like no drones at that point because he killed so many. But the first thing I did when I saw Banshees was build all my spores. And I prioritized that. Exactly, I prioritized that so much that I basically have put myself in an immovable defensive position now, where it's almost impossible for him to attack me, but I am down economically because there's no way of me taking my third base as of yet, and I lost way too many drones, so I have to kind of build up that count right now. So, as you can see, I'm just being very stationary, just doing everything one at a time, getting 2 Evo chambers, going to be upgrading now, one at a time. And I believe I'm going to be going into Infestor tech. Normally I like to go Banshees against, Normally I like to go Spire against Banshee openings, but I feel like when you're at a deficit and you're stuck to be on a low count number of bases, it's always better to do Infestor tech. Because what that allows you to do, it allows you to go up to Hive tech. And if you can't support, you know, more than 2 bases, you can't get that amazing economy where you can have this amazing remax value as Zerg, you really don't want to be doing strategies that involve units like Lings, Banelings, or Mutalisks that rely so heavily on, number 1, you being higher in food than they are, and number 2, being able to remax faster than them. So obviously my, economy is in shambles. I don't even have a third base building at this point. Going into Mutalisks, going back into that, Mutalisk ball with Banelings and Zerglings, it just absolutely wouldn't work. I'd have no remax value, and the units would just be significantly weaker than being
And on
able
top
to.
of all that, his APM's higher than yours.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, my APM usually is at 235. I think I've like given up this game or something. Whatever, we're not talking about APM. I'm not here to brag
Your
about me.
effective APM is higher than his by 1.
Man, Banshees are annoying. Look at
Yeah, I
that.
know. They put your multitasking to the test. Immortals. You know what? I think I'm gonna watch 300 tonight. They
What?
put their name to the test.
Just because you said that line? It's brilliant.
Immortals. You need a macro hatch here too. We are on the same wavelength.
Oh, you're ahead of me. What's the
Okay,
bridge
I'll
time?
pause it at 1340.
God, how do you get so ahead?
It's the computer that Love built. I told you.
And go, 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 go,
I
go.
went. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, now you're starting to get a little bit of map control back. Now are you feeling a little bit better with this game? You feel like he's giving you a chance to stabilize, basically.
I'm feeling better because I have Infestors. It's very difficult to attack into Infestors,
Yeah.
especially because he invested so heavily into mech early.
Now he's
But-
getting to third base.
Okay, this I don't like. He's actually mining from his third base before I am, so definitely don't like this position. I did kill that Banshee though. Yes!
So let's see what we can do here.
Victory.
He has no
Wow.
units to defend this. Oh, he's got some tanks. That's not good.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, high ground tanks, siege tanks, imba.
Okay, so my game plan here is to take a super high risk. I basically want to build as much as I can and go to tier 3 as fast. What is you doing?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
As you can see, I have a lot of defense there.
He just dropped in the wrong spot. That's unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
You don't even.
Well,
yeah.
That's how
I
you
mean,
come
he
back.
could have just went to the other side of the base, and that drop would have done some damage.
As you can see, I'm just taking huge risks, taking a whole bunch of bases, not even building any units. Going up to hive tech. I think I'm even going to invest into 2 spires very soon.
So you're teching, expanding, all while not building units. So I mean, this is really dangerous. Obviously, this motherfucker with those fucking banshees.
Goddamn Banshees is so annoying. Anyways, yeah, double spire. Just taking huge risks at this point. I'm basically going to try to get to that tier 3 army that he shouldn't really allow me to get to. But like I said, you just gotta take risks. It's hard for him to know exactly what I'm doing because he doesn't map hack. But
Good map control.
I totally didn't know what to say, so just went with the most obvious one. There's no way he could know exactly what I'm doing because.
So the way to come back, I guess, if you can stabilize out, like you've stabilized a little bit, but he's still ahead here, I think.
He's definitely should be ahead. But
You gotta have infestors for map control. It seems that's
Well,
giving you a
infestors-
lot of.
it makes it more difficult for him to attack into me. I mean, he's trying to do
Yeah.
these jobs because he's trying to take advantage of the fact I have infestors, but I think I'm dealing with them excellent, and this could be the reason why I make it back to this game. He's messed up a lot of drops so far. It's
Yeah.
come out top for me.
And
so-
your risks are gonna it looks like they're gonna come into full fruition here.
Yeah. And I'm building a ton of drones. When you're on this many bases doing this strategy, you want like 80 drones. You even want to go up to like 100, which I think I'll be doing, and then
It is
just
a-
invest them to spines.
It is a game of drones, that's for certain.
Well,
Okay.
and SCVs because he's Terran. So I guess that kind of ruins the title, Game of Drones and SCVs.
Area wanna be my lover.
I feel like the quality of our VODs this week suck.
No.
Except for the fact that you're singing more. Which I guess is great.
Well, are you trying to get the Broodlords? Oh, obviously you're trying to get the Broodlords here.
Yep, definitely. The hardest thing to do while getting to Broodlords is to deal with a lot of multi-pronged drops, especially on maps like this. Oh my god, that's so annoying. That can hit my extractor? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you seeing this?
Yeah, I'm watching it. It's making me mad just watching it.
I'm angry. Like, what? Are you serious? Who cares about this VOD? That was ridiculous. We just found the most overpowered shit ever.
And you need that gas too.
Ugh.
Well, no, you've got the bottom base there.
It's like I'm there with my.
And now his tanks are stuck. So
Did you see that? I literally, I was so angry at that tank positioning that I built two broodlords there just to deal with it.
he has no vision anyway.
Those two broodlords are gonna own those tanks.
Those tanks are
There we
stuck.
go. There we go. There we go. Take them out.
So
Take them out.
what's your time?
1945.
I'm in the same spot. Okay.
Why is my girlfriend laughing? Do you hear that? Why is she laughing? Oh, whatever.
Okay, now it just it's
Why?
oh, you kind of whiffed on a fungal there. Oh, but he whiffed on losing 2 tanks.
He's making some weird decisions loading units
Yeah.
in X. That's good for me. I am winning now.
He's starting to get his Viking count out, but it's a little late. He's got 4 Vikings, and he's starting to lose them too. Okay. I like how he spread them though.
I think my my ground army is almost 3-3 also. And your ground army being 3-3, by the way, it really does help broodlords because the broodlings are actually really strong. So.
And his upgrades are where?
I think it's only 2-2, so he's definitely lacking in upgrades.
He's 2-2.
And he has way too much resources. He definitely should have
No,
been.
you're only 2-1.
Oh, am I only 2-1 on my ground?
Yeah, your melee doesn't even have anything.
Oh, I only upgraded.
You didn't have the economy for upgrades.
Yeah, I
you just had
don't
to
think
try to get lucky.
Not bad, not bad. I can't believe I'm winning this game. It's weird.
Are you?
I think so. Once you get this composition, it's very difficult for the turn to deal with now because ghosts were nerfed, so they have to play very gimmicky. They kind of have to spread you out, utilize the immobility of the broodlords to their advantage. Just drop in various locations with ridiculously large amounts of units so that they can take out tech, take out buildings, take out economy.
You gotta do something about that mining base.
Just build more broodlords. I have
really
87 drones. That's a good count. I should be building more actually. Want to be at like 90 and then just invest all into spines once you have like a gazillion gas.
So he's dropping. That's the hardest thing to deal with once you get that broodlord army out. What do you want to take care of those drops with? Lings or what?
It's so important to have. Actually, we talked about this when we were doing the Stefano bonus game against Pult. Basically, Stefano rushes 3-3 so quickly, and in the end game we just see, you know, he's able to send like literally 8 lings to deal with 1 drop. And it's actually not supposed to deal with the drop, but because Pult was just on like 2-2 and the lings were 3-3 with adrenal upgrades, so cost efficient, so easy to deal with when you can just send small number of units to deal with drops instead of sending like half your army.
Okay, so. And you're sending the corruptors to take out the medevac too, right? That positioning it hurts my feelings.
It does. And then he just loads up there. It's like, oh, I gotta go all the way back up.
He should have just stayed there. I feel like he could have done more damage if he just stayed.
Alright, so I am about to build a gazillion broodlords. I'm gonna have a lot pooled up. As you can see, look at how fast my resources are going up.
You're not gonna have the supply though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In the next remax, it's just gonna be a ton of broodlords and then it should be game.
Okay. So you're not worried about these bases that he took on the left side?
Nope, not at all. I just have way too much myself. It's
What's
very
the key for
important.
dealing with these, okay. Infested Terrans.
Oh yeah, Infested Terrans are awesome. Try to get them fungal in a bunch. Corruptors help, but Corruptors combined with Infested Terrans means your Corruptor count doesn't have to be as high as the Infestor count, as their Viking count. So that's the real key. And as you can see here, the biggest issue for him is my gas deposit is pooling up. So basically what's going to happen is my next remax is going to be way too many broodlords. You won't be able to deal with them.
You also have 6,000 units.
Yeah. Okay, just trying to deal with these traps as best as I can. Fortunately for me, he killed a lot of drones, but as you can see, I still have 70 because I built so many. So make sure you have a lot of drones when you're doing this strategy.
I have seen games spiral out of control with these drops just doing too much.
Yeah.
And you just, you're like way ahead, and then you're just...
That's why it's so key to build up such a huge economy, because as you can see, even if I lost all my drones here, you're going to see my next remax. Here it comes. And then, bam.
Oh,
and this time is almost...
Oh my god, 10 broodlords.
Yeah.
And you already have 5. You're going to have 15 broodlords.
Broodlords are really good. The main key here is 11 infestors. Once your infestor count gets out of control in this matchup, it's very difficult for the Terran to counteract broodlords. Infested Terrans counter bio, they counter Vikings, they even counter mech Thors because they keep everything else away from the broodlords so that the Thors are fighting the broodlords single-handedly.
Yeah.
And broodlords would definitely win that fight, so... Oh my god, drops are so annoying!
I know, fucking drops. Drives me nuts. Why don't Zergs do that?
I wish I had a unit that could steal my units and drop them. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but if you were
do a Ling Baneling drop and my Lings are getting healed.
You just did a couple Roach drops around the map, just like he does Marine drops. It's huge.
Roaches are so weak, though. Like, do you know what he needs to send to stop 8 Roaches? About 5 Marines in a medevac. Or maybe like 2 Marauders.
Why not Lings then? They can do damage faster because they're Dipus units.
Oh yeah, definitely. But the good thing about Lings is they're so fast anyway, so Ling run-bys essentially is the same thing as drops.
Nah, I guess so. I guess you're right. Oh my god, he's dropping again. This guy makes me want to puke. Oh, that Thor hit is gonna... I like how you're trying to conceal the numbers of your broodlords here.
I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. I have too many units.
Yeah, you've got him raffle stomped.
Goddamn drop.
More broodlords up in his face.
Yeah, see how I just rallied the Lings there? That's what you want to do.
So you just built some Lings. 62 to be exact.
Should be
You
enough.
don't even need resources anymore, I mean, god.
Yeah, I really don't. I'm already maxed.
He's dropping 2 places at once.
Am I getting +3 on fire attacks? I have never gotten +3 on fire attacks ever.
He's not even gonna snipe that.
It's not gonna matter. I can't even build anything now anyways.
He's still only 2-2. He should be 3-3 here, by the way.
Yeah, definitely should be 3-3. That is a big mistake by him, but oh my god, if I fungal that... Holy crap, look at that! Fungal it! What am I... There we go.
Oh, no, not even a good fungal.
Oh, I didn't feel that good. Oh, that felt better.
You lost your spire? So you're building your spires. You didn't even lose it. Oh, you did lose it. Okay, well, sorry this is boring. This game's been over for a while, I think. He's just been taking longer because he kept dropping all over the map. Not much he can do.
I feel like the learning purposes of these videos have dropped. Okay, let's talk about something relevant. I don't know. Let's ask you something. That was a nice link run by.
Well, he should have a planetary fortress there. He was ahead. He shouldn't be taking orbitals.
I don't know. Has anyone ever asked questions about late game ZvT that I can
No,
answer?
I think ZvT is not what people ask about the most. ZvP
Usually
is
it's
everyone's
ZvT,
worst
right?
matchup. ZvP is difficult, man. I fucking... You're either good at it or you're...
Well, I can talk about roughly the problems with dealing with Terran armies with broodlords. If it's just bio, especially when you're playing better players, you have to be aware of the fact that the new type of Terran strategy to counteract that is to not really attack you straight on, but to actually, you know, start counterattacking you and dropping you with not only bio itself, but, you know, a little bit of mech mixed in. So, you know, instead of getting dropped by 2 medevacs worth of Marines, for example, they'll see your broodlords kind of slowly making their way to one of their expansions, and they'll drop like 8 medevacs worth of 4 tanks, you know, a few Marauders and a ton of Marines, all with 3/3 upgrades. And the problems with that is it's actually really difficult for you to deal with because you don't really want to send your broodlords all the way back unless you're close enough, or unless you're in a position where you can't even do economic damage to them with your broodlord army anyways. And because they drop so much army value into your production facilities, just dealing it with lings makes it difficult also. So I've seen a couple of tricks from what players have done. One of the more obvious ones, which is probably not new, but just something you should keep in mind, is to always make sure you have an Ultralisk den with your Broodlord tech. It allows you to easily switch back into Ultralisks, and the good thing about Ultralisks are they're not as good in a straight-up fight as Broodlords, but they're a lot more mobile. Uh, they're a lot more reliant on position, and they can punish when the Terran is out of position. So, you know, if he goes into strategies like this and you can mix in a few Ultralisks, it actually makes more sense, because the more Broodlords you have facing that type of style by the Terran, the more he can actually exploit your immobility. Like, for example, my army now, if I have like 15 or 20 Broodlords, that's so much, that's so much army supply, so much food supply, that the rest of my army, like my link count or my infestor count, is going to be so low. So my ability to deal with these drops, if I can't use my Broodlords to deal with them, will be really diminished. Whereas if he's going to be counterattacking me anyways, I only need like 8 or 9 Broodlords to attack a certain front. If the rest of that army is put into Lings, Infestors, and Ultralisks, for example, then it is so good for me to fight him when he's doing drops like that, because Ultralisks are really bad when the Terran is in a defensive position, especially with tanks, when he's prepared to defend against attack, where you're just running straight into his army with Lings and Ultralisks. Because, even tanks themselves, if they get huge tank shots off and their units are spread so they're not fungled altogether, and your Ultralisks aren't hitting huge balls of Marines to be super cost efficient, then they suck. But if he's doing these drop strategies, then he's all over the place. He's never actually in a defensive position. When he's dropping, he's just in this huge ball. You get a lucky fungal or something, then Ultralisk becomes so powerful. So
Yeah, yeah.
And the second way I've seen people deal with it is simply to just build a ton of spore crawlers on the edges of your base. And that's actually becoming more popular. I think Stefano was the first one to do that more often. You would see at the edges of his bases, because Stefano plays late game ZvT. He's so spectacular. And, everybody up to that point were just building, because you have like 100 drones, right? They would just be building 10 spines at every base. And it seems to work if they're dropping 1 or 2 medevacs. But like I said, if they're doing these huge counterattack, attack you everywhere at once kind of strategies, Stefano started to build like 2 or 3, or, in the late game, even 4 spores in key locations. And, he comes in with like 8 medevacs and loses 3 of them, because if you're going to drop and there's 4 spores, those things do a shit ton of damage. Especially if you have enough APM to, single target the medevacs with all of your spores at once. And that actually reduces the effectiveness of his drops also. So 2 things that I've seen, definitely try them out. They work great. And upgrade. Upgrades are awesome. Okay.
That's it.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching the videos. Support us. We're casting. We actually just casted a... What did we just cast?
Complexity Academy. And congrats
Yes,
to all the new players. Fuzzy, Arrow, Sasquatch, and Firezerg. Good players. Good games, actually. All right.
Yeah,
We'll see
check
you
that
guys
out,
next
guys.
week.
If you want to hear Sean talk about TVT, and he doesn't know anything about TVT.
I literally know nothing. It was funny.
Is this guy building a Reaper in TVT? What does this mean? Oh, commands. Oh, Reaper expand. What's that?
I didn't know what that was. All right. It's so boring. All right. Peace out, suckers.
Hey guys, peace.